Hey FAMIELIN! In the last video I had shown you guys the room tour of the hotel that I was staying at in Montego Bay. It's called Secret St. James, and I saw all of your comments and all of that. So now I'm here now to give you the overall review of the hotel and let you know what my thoughts are. I have some vlogs, some snippets that we're going to be watching right through, and I'll give you the conclusion at the end. But just remember that it is an all-inclusive hotel. It's located in Montego Bay. The price per night at the time was $382. You would have seen the room tour already. So now, let's talk about the hotel in general and my experience in general. Alright, so before we get into it really, remember to like the video, press the thumbs up button, remember to press subscribe, that red button just below, and the bell beside it to turn on the notification so that you get that notification whenever I post a video, so you can be one of the first to watch. Yeah. And remember to just leave a comment so that we can talk about it below. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so I stayed at the hotel in April 2021, right? So let's start at the beginning. Check-in process begins at 3 p.m. at the hotel, right? And checkout is at 12. So I drove down to Montego Bay, and upon entering, you're greeted by, I don't know what you call those guys at entrance. Are they bellboys, or let's just say some gentlemen? They're in uniforms. They're the ones that take the bags to the room and just to give you that instruction when you just go in. So the welcome that I received as soon as I entered was very warm. It was very welcoming, and they kept saying welcome home. So that just make you feel like, all right, this is gonna be a good stay.
There's no better place to be.
Okay.
Me can tell you, because me work at whole heap of other hotel. And me I come from Kingston just like you said.
Yeah?
Yes man, Knoxford Boulevard.
Okay, so what makes Secret so good?
What makes Secret so great? Ambience. People. Food.
Yes.
Entertainment.
Yes.
You see you? As a guest, you see you?
Yeah.
You are the best.
Yes.
You are the best.
I like it.
What do you mean?
Alright.
You are the best.
So it make me feel like the best this day.
Me not ask you, tell me, I tell you.
Alright.
You see when you ready for left, come check me back.
I will. You go there?
Me there every day.
Alright.
Except for 2 days.
May I come check it back? It's a very warm welcome, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Again, welcome home.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Checking in now. When I was booking the hotel or looking for any hotel, one thing in my mind always is to find somewhere that is observing the COVID protocols, because I want to feel safe when I'm there. I don't want to feel like, I have anything to worry about. So my eyes were open at all time looking for that. So when we get there, something happened that I really appreciate. I know what that is. The bellboys took the bags from me and they sanitized the bags immediately. So that was also good. Sanitize. Nice.
Good to go, man.
Good to go now?
Secret resort.
Another thing they did was to check the temperature. I don't know, for those of you that are not in Jamaica, how it is that when you enter in any restaurant or any establishment in Jamaica, they usually sanitize your hands and check your temperature to see if it's elevated or not, and then that will sound an alarm, and the whole works. So they did that upon entrance, so that was pretty cool. One thing I noticed is that security was tight. Security was like, even when we just got there, the security guard would ask you questions like, what's your name, are you checking in, or were you here before and you're returning, and they have to go in their books and cross off and make sure that what you say aligns with what they have in their paper, right? So that was very good. And while I was there, I was in and out of the hotel because I had things to do on the road, and each time coming back, they would check and cross-check and double-check. I mean, it gets annoying sometimes because they're just like, dude, you've seen me 5 times already, but you know, it's good. You know, I must applaud them for that. So that's good where security is concerned. So now after the warm greeting, then you know, you're ushered inside the lobby area where you're actually now going to do the check-in. Upon going in that area, I realized, again, I was looking for COVID protocols being followed, right? So they had stickers, markers on the ground to tell you where to stand, and you would have already been sanitized outside, and you've already had your temperature check. So really all I saw was the stickers on the ground. What I know though is that the space inside, it's a little small, you know, which means that, and I said that in these times that we're living now, that to check in if there's a large crowd, right, that would pose a problem, because I'm just imagining 50 people, you know, coming in at once. The check-in process and just the spacing is small and the process is slow. So that may be a challenge. Luckily, when I went there weren't a lot of persons, so I didn't have that much of a wait, but there was still some wait. I would like to say the check-in process at the hotel is evolving, you know, and getting more digitalized and getting with the times and not be so tedious and onerous and signing up forms. And I know you have to do some level of that, but I think there can be some little adjustment. So, you know, they had the typical check-in process at the front, and I don't know how the spacing gonna work, and I don't know, because only 2 persons were working at the time, and yeah. Also in the check-in area or lobby area, when I got there, I was greeted by an attendant who came with a complimentary rum punch. So that was good. And all the hotels that I've been at in Jamaica so far, I'm used to being greeted with some kind of complimentary drink, so that's consistent. I didn't take the rum punch because I wasn't having alcohol that day or that trip. So I just asked them for a blended fruit punch, which I was given, so that was good. Then now, also with the check-in process, after waiting for the persons in front of me to get through, then I now had to go up to the desk and sign away my life, a joke. I had to go up to the desk and sign some forms, put my name with my address, email address, telephone number, etc. And then there's on the form there's something that speaks to adhering to the protocols being established due to the pandemic. So I had to sign to that, and then there's another form where you have to adhere to no smoking in the rooms, but you're allowed to smoke on the balcony and stuff like that. So again, very typical of the all-inclusive hotels that I've been at so far, so no complaints there. So now we touch on the room. Right, I did a video on the room tour, showing you exactly what it looks like. So if you want to see what it looks like, I'm going to encourage you to go and watch that video. It will be in the description bar below, and it will be above here somewhere. So just click it after the video ends or at some point and go watch it. But I must say that for the room, I remember there being a tablet that is in the room now, so that you can order room service from the tablet. It's some kind of Android tablet. So that was a nice touch. They provide this tablet so I can place the order through the tablet, and it closes off at 10 p.m. It's gonna be a no for me, but this is the tablet, and there's a case on it that says there's a case on it that says that this item has been sanitized. So that's pretty cool. Also in the room, they now start putting the juice and the snacks in a particular section as opposed to in the refrigerator. So that's changed. So check the room tour and you'll see that. They informed me at the entrance that there will be no turn down services because of the pandemic. So that's also new. A con that I have about the room, and particularly the room service, right? Because okay, the hotel is an all-inclusive resort, so you pay the $382 per night, but that includes food and drink all throughout your stay, right, at the various restaurants that are on site. Now usually when you go, well, for the all-inclusive resorts that I've been at, the room service is 24/7. So even though the restaurants close at a certain time, the room service usually goes on. Or if it doesn't go on all night, it go on to very late. So their room service ended in the night. I believe it was either 10 or 11 o'clock. So there was none, you know, when I get hungry in the night. So there's that. But the real challenge for me was the limited options that were available to eat from the room service. For example, I tried to order breakfast one morning and I called in, you know, at a hotel, you want breakfast. I mean, I wanted eggs, scrambled or omelette or otherwise, you know. And I was told they don't serve eggs in room service. I was like, who don't serve egg at a hotel in room service? You know, that to me was a little strange. But they tell me that they serve French toast. So I was like, how you serve French toast and you don't serve egg? That don't make sense. So I don't know. And then just the option, the things that you could choose from were so limited that it was a turn off. It would have been better to just go find a restaurant and eat at. So that, I know the room service menu is usually smaller, but this one was very, very, very limited. So I wasn't too pleased with that. So now, after going through the menu and trying to find something to eat, because that particular morning I really could not go to the restaurant because I just wanted to get something to eat, and then I had a meeting right after, so I wanted to get something quickly. So going through it now, I said, all right, let me choose something. So I chose the French toast, right? And then I also asked them for pancakes, and then I asked them for hot chocolate. All right, let's take it one at a time. The French toast, I could get. The pancakes, they said that, okay, they don't have it, but they can find it. And then the hot chocolate, I asked them specifically, what other milks do you have besides dairy milk? Do you have oat milk? No. Do you have almond milk? They said, yes, I have almond and soy. So I said, all right, can I get the hot chocolate with almond milk, please? Because I don't drink dairy milk, right? And she said, okay, sure, fine. And of course, oh, I forgot to mention, there was a lot of attitude with ordering the food. And I'll get to that when I speak about the general service itself. But she said, okay, fine. And she told me I could get the hot chocolate with the pancake and the French toast. So now when the pancake, French toast, hot chocolate arrived, the pancake dry and tough and cold, the French toast dry and tough and cold, and they brought the hot chocolate where there's a thing with the chocolate, a thing with the milk, and then I guess I'm supposed to pour it, right? And it was with the almond milk. But when I look at the chocolate itself and I tasted the chocolate, you know, the chocolate is supposed to be deep brown, and then if you add the milk, then it's a lighter brown, right? When the chocolate came, the chocolate was light brown, which means that milk was already added. And when I taste it, you taste the dairy milk. Because, I don't know, for those of you that drink almond milk, you guys know when you taste almond milk in anything, it has a distinct taste. It tastes insipid. It tastes like them State Farm writers and throw the almond over there. So I knew for sure that the almond milk it's not almond milk, and there's dairy milk. So that was a red flag for me, because I'm like, suppose I had an extreme allergic reaction that was going to kill me if I drank it, I would have died. So that was a no bueno. And that was not a good experience. I ended up not eating anything, and I went to that meeting hungry. Alright, so let's move over to the facility itself. So walking around the compound, it was very beautiful, very nice, very well kept, very well maintained. The lawn was very well manicured, very beautiful scenery, beautiful views of the sea, and then on the other side of the mountains, and it was really good, right? Really, really good. I can't take that from them. The overall hotel was quiet, and I guess that's attributed to the fact that there are not a lot of persons in the hotel. It's not at capacity now because you know this global situation. There's a beach area that's really beautiful, and then there's the bar and grill area that's also nice. The pool area was very good. So it's very typical of an all-inclusive hotel where everything just look pretty, you know. So that's good. I really enjoyed seeing and being in a clean environment, a very nice environment, very hotel-like, very fancy, you know. So I give them for that. So it's raining outside, so you guys may be hearing the rain. I hope not. But let me continue. Alright, so as it relates to food options that I saw and experienced is the room service, a Jamaican restaurant, an Italian restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, a piano bar, and I also saw like a little area where they have pastries on the outside. I'm not too sure if there's anything else. There may be, but those are the ones that I went to. I know when I just arrived, the person that checked me in told me that there's a disco. I didn't get a chance to go to the disco. So yeah, and she told me that the disco goes up until 2 a.m. because even though there's curfew and protocols in Jamaica surrounding this thing, when you're on the hotel, you really don't have the 8 o'clock curfew that the rest of the island has. You go with whatever the hotel rules are, and the disco go up till 2, so you can be out till 2, which is fantastic. But I didn't go to the disco, so I can't really say anything about that. Heading to dinner now, and I'm excited because I am hungry. Guys, this is the hotel at night time. Look at it. And they have some really pretty flowers at the front. Actually trying to find the dinner places. I'm told that 3 restaurants are open tonight, so trying to find them. I'm really excited. Right, so we're looking for somewhere to eat, and it seems like this is the place. I'm not too sure. Okay, so this looks very courtyardy. There's a boutique and signature shop right here. Ooh, movie night. But let's start with the Jamaican restaurant. Jamaican restaurant had, I think, okay, of all the restaurants, and I'm not being biased, maybe a little bit, but the Jamaican restaurant was my favorite of all. It had, I guess, the most relatable food items, but it was also prepared in a way that was tasty to me. So this is appetizer, and honestly, it's a little small. I was expecting a little more in the plate, but I'll try to enjoy. So I also had like a saltfish thing, saltfish fritters thing. I don't know, but the food was good. What I didn't like was the dessert. The dessert tasted horrible, but the food, the entree and appetizer and everything was really good. The Italian restaurant I had some fish that I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I don't know, some fish, but that didn't taste good. And because of that, I had asked them to get food from the Jamaican restaurant and bring to me, which they so graciously did. So there's that. So I'm at lunch now and I'm by Oceana Seafood Restaurant, and just by looking around, the food looks like something that I can eat. It's something that I'll enjoy, something that I'm familiar with, so that's a bonus. And the day is nice and bright and beautiful. The sun is hot, people are out, people are in the pool. I haven't gone to the pool, but it looks fun, but the sun looks hot. So let's see what the menu has. Alright, so you had to scan the menu because you know we're doing things virtually now or wirelessly now because of COVID, or touchless is what I should say. So I had to scan the menu just now, and so it's online. So for appetizers, salad, mussels, tuna, shrimp soup, entree, Jamaican style wrap, bueno salmon fillet, turkey club wrap, vegetarian gourmand, Oceana beef burger, chicken fingers. Sounds like chicken fingers kind of big. Seasoned beef wrap, seafood pasta, desserts. Alright, sounds like chicken fingers. Sounds like chicken fingers.
Enjoy, okay?
Thank you. So now let's talk about the overall service of the hotel that I experienced. So as I mentioned before, the greeting I got from the gentleman at the front, that must have been the best service that I got for my entire stay, to be honest. That was really, really good. Like, they did a fantastic job. They should get a raise of pay whenever a raise of pay is being given next. They were really, really good. Right? So there's that. The service at the front desk check-in, it was okay. You know, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't like the gentleman, but it wasn't bad. So she did a pretty good job, right? The service at, when I just got there, I was very hungry because I was coming from meetings, and I went directly to the grill bar as that was the only restaurant that was open. The service there needs a little bit of improvement. Like, upon walking and speaking to the gentleman that was there serving the food, you know, at first, you know, you get a little standoffish behavior, and that can be for several various reasons. I don't know what he's going through, whatever it is, but you know, coming to a hotel after spending so much money, you want the best of the best. And I know a lot of people going through a lot of things. I try to think of, you know, maybe, you know, it's just not a good day for him, but it wasn't the best service, in my opinion. So there's that. And then service at the restaurant, the Jamaican restaurant in, it's not the waitress, because the waitress was fantastic. She did an awesome job at the Jamaican restaurant. The person that seats you, yes, the person that seats you at the front, her overall service, her attitude on top of attitude, and that wasn't good. What I like is that they give you this device, right, that you hold on to while you wait to be seated, and then when a table is ready, then it vibrates and you know to come to be seated. So that was good. You don't have to, you know, worry about, oh God, I'm gonna miss my space or anything like that, because you have this thing that it vibrates, you know, so that's good. But the service of the person to seat itself, that was not good. She had way too much attitude and way too much going on, and just, I mean, in the hotel industry, you need to be pleasant and smiling, and the customers come first, and the customers spending their money, so you give them, you know. So I wasn't pleased with that. The person that took my order over the phone for room service, she was also in a very bad mood that day. Attitude, and you ask a question and it's almost as if you're not supposed to ask a question, and it was not pleasant. so that wasn't good either. The security staff at the gate upon entering and leaving, their service was good. It was very thorough, and I can see that they really take the job serious and that safety is paramount for them. I know the process can be a little annoying because sometimes I'm just like, as I said earlier, but the fact that they were doing their job and they did it well and they did it professionally and they weren't like aggressive about it, so that was also very good. I think I missed, there's a grill bar that I also went to, and the service I received there was very good. That the lady that served, she was very good. And the grill bar's food actually was probably it and the Jamaican Restaurant were the two best foods there. What I liked, and it's something that these hotels try to do, is that they try to have some kind of activities for their guests to do on site. And I know that is COVID time and everybody is skeptical about people going out and coming in and but they were still able to have activities going on in the daytime by the pool and in and around the site, the compound, for people to do, so that they don't just be locked up in the room all day. So that was good. And also at nights while I was there, they had activities as well. They had a gentleman playing a steel band, and they had persons on the stage singing and music playing, and then of course the disco that I didn't attend, so I don't know, I can't tell you about it, but they had that. So I was very happy to see that there's still life going on the hotel while you're there, so that's a plus.
Are we ready, ladies? All my ladies in the house, can I hear you make some noise? That's right, that's right, that's right. Now, all my fellas in the house tonight, all my fellas in the house tonight, all my fellas in the house tonight, can I hear you say, oh? All my fellas in the house tonight, all my fellas in the house tonight, say, all my fellas in the house tonight, can I hear you say, oh? Come on! This is ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh, this is ladies' night, oh what a night. Oh, this is ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh, this is ladies' night, oh what a night.
In the room tour video, I saw that a lot of persons were saying that the $382 per night was expensive. So I just want to add context that it is an all-inclusive hotel and you do get things included in the package like food, etc. So I guess that's what you are paying for, because you get to eat whenever, however long. I would prefer more food options right throughout the day, but you get the gist. The demographic of people that I saw while I was there were a lot of older couples, a lot of more older, more mature looking people. So persons, I'm estimating, I don't know for sure, I'm just telling you what I saw. People in their like 50s, 60s, late 40s, a lot of older people, and it's a lot of couples. So I didn't see a lot of younger persons. So I think that if you're looking for somewhere that is quiet, peaceful, not a lot of noise, beautiful, scenic, then it may be the place for you. But if you're into more activities, because activities are there, but not a lot like some other hotels, and not a lot that are catered to young people like the other hotels. So if you're looking for younger people, kids and much younger persons, I didn't see that. So you'd have to just think about it and weigh the options. But definitely the older, more mature people who seem to be looking to ignite some flame or reignite some flames, those are who I saw for sure. My overall rating is 6 out of 10. While it was a good stay, there's definitely some room for improvement. There's some things that they could tighten up on, and some things that I would have liked to see differently, which I mentioned some of them earlier. So that's my experience, and I hope it is helpful when you're trying to make a decision as to, you know, what hotel to choose. Remember, this is my experience. It's not necessarily the experience of someone else, but I can only tell you as I see it, as I experience it, and show it to you, which I have done. And I want to say thank you for watching, for listening, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember to like, leave a comment below. Let's talk. What were your favorite moments? What are your thoughts on my thoughts? Let's just talk below. I'll be in the comment section responding to your comments. And just remember to subscribe and press the bell button so that you can be notified every time I post a new video. Alright? Love you, FAMIELIN, and I'll see you in the next one.